Okay, so I guess the next thing I want to talk about, I want to get your take on Brad Stevens and the Celtics. You know, they just made a trade. They traded the number 1 for the number 3 pick. In addition, they got a next year's pick, a next year's number 1 first round pick. So, what do you think about Boston's move?
I think that was a smart deal because 2 is over 1. Okay.
2 is more than 1. Okay, that's a valid take. Okay, yeah. So,
and the whole world would also be shocked if Josh Jackson got took in first over Markel Fultz, because
so are you calling it? Or are you saying that the Celtics are going to take Josh Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Do you think he's hiding an injury? I heard something that maybe he's been playing a little hurt, or he didn't report some illnesses. He's not working out for a whole bunch of teams. So do you think possibly like he's holding out? Well, okay, if you're the Celtics, if you're Danny Ainge, like who are you looking at if you're not going with Josh Jackson?
If I'm not going for Josh Jackson, I'm going for Tatum.
Who?
Tatum.
Where'd he
Jason
play?
Tatum. Duke.
Duke. Okay, so Jason Tatum or who else?
I'd probably go with Tatum or Giles.
So you're just going with a Dookie. They should just take a Dookie no matter what. What do you think about the possibility? And I'm just making this up. There's nothing behind this. This is just a thought that I had. What if the Celtics? What would the Celtics need to trade to Indiana to get Paul George?
Think of that. I think that they should trade. Okay, this is going to be a 3-team deal. I think that the Cavs and the Knicks should all do a deal.
What?
And then
the Celtics, the Cavs, and the Knicks.
I'm not done yet.
Seems like I don't like it.
And then the Knicks are going to get Porzingis, and they're going to trade him, Avery Bradley.
Knicks already have Porzingis.
No, the Celtics. Sorry.
Okay.
And they're going to trade. I think they should trade Avery Bradley, Kristaps Porzingis, and that Lakers pick that they're getting, all for Paul George. And I think that Indiana would accept that. Because, I'm sorry, Indiana fans, but you get my point.
Kyrie said he didn't want to be there. Paul George already said, next year I'm leaving. Doesn't even matter. I'm out. So they need to trade him. They need to get some value out of that, not pay him $20 million this year to just ride it out until he can go somewhere else. Yeah. Magic's talking about trying to make a trade for Paul George. I don't know what possible assets he could trade. They just traded for Brook Lopez today, but it's hard to see who they could possibly give up where they get there's not going to be any package they put together that has the same value as Paul George. I mean, the Lakers currently have the 2nd pick and the 27th pick, I think now, that they got from Brooklyn. So
wait 1 second. I need to say something.
Go ahead.
I think with that 27th pick, they should draft Justin Jackson. Okay.
Justin Jackson will probably be off the board by then.
Well, if he's not,
so they're looking at Justin Jackson to be a top 15 talent, and some prospects have him going in the top 10. Have him and Kennard both going in the top 10.
They're super wrong.
But they're saying that Kennard and Jackson are 2 of the best shooters in the draft, like shooting form. And I mean, you look at Lonzo Ball. I mean, every shot he takes looks different from the one before. I mean, his shot's like his shot's like a clover. They're all different. Every one of them's unique. It's like a snowflake.
Yeah.
So.
Fag.
Is that what it's like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it's more like this.
Thanks.
You might not show my hands, but it was like
Thanks.
that.
Yeah, it looked like you were reaching into the fiery pits of hell there. I don't know. That light is awful bright on the camera, so.
You might not be able to see it, but.
Okay. In closing, so with the way the teams are drawn up right now, the Lakers getting Brook Lopez, and no trades yet for Jimmy Butler or Paul George. Who do you think is going to stand the best chance for next year in the East and the West?
Next year.
And I need to know why.
Next year. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I think Boston's still going to get the first pick in the East.
You mean the number 1 seed? Boston's
Yeah, the number 1 seed.
But I don't want to know that. I want to know who's gonna make it to the NBA Finals next year.
Probably the same. Cleveland, Golden State.
Cleveland, Golden State. So it's going to be Cleveland, Golden State 4.
Number 4.
So, number 4.
A 4-year battle.
So you think Cleveland gets to take that one, or?
No, I think Golden State took it.
I think what would be really funny is if Golden State won next year and was leading that NBA Final Series 3-1, and then of course Cleveland won the next 3 years after that. Golden State blew the 3-1 lead in the finals, in actual championships won.
Yeah.
So anyway, tell them who you are. We're out.
I'm Isaac D, and please subscribe to my channel.